There are more podcasts on YouTube than there are stars in the night sky. Everyone has been convinced that they're a unique, special little butterfly and that their insight is invaluable. And now that there's so much easy access to recording equipment, everyone gets this insidious little idea planted deep in their noodle that it's time to start a podcast.
It's always a bad idea. The blanket is so cute. Are you going to be doing any IRLs? Yes, I plan to. However, as soon as I click on a Charlie video, everyone's like, here, watch this video instead. Here, watch this video instead. I like insecure podcasts. I'm not going to watch all of the Charlie videos on this list, but I like the insecure podcast one because I think podcasters are insecure. Anyway, don't be insecure at the top of the hour, though.
And my God, I tell you, it's a plague. It's a disease, a virus that's infecting the mind of the most insecure and insufferable people of all time. For some reason, once that AT 2020 touches their hand, they just scream their insecurity from the mountaintop with authority, proudly. And it blows my mind. But I've never seen insecurity projected quite like what I'm about to show you today. So I am still shocked that he hasn't scrubbed this podcast episode from the entire cyberspace, just wiped it from the internet. Like, if this was a clip of mine, I would have paid every penny I have to my name in order to ensure this never sees the light of day again, that this clip stays buried. Like,
what's the Zelda thing tomorrow with Tubbo?
Like a Millennium Puzzle from Yu-Gi-Oh! It is that embarrassing. Like, you couldn't lock me up in Guantanamo Bay and torture this clip out of me, and yet he still has it on his channel. So the podcast is like a bootleg Fresh and Fit where they just get a bunch of women together and ask them stupid questions and then rate each other's beauty. And then he gets really offended, like visibly upset, and I really thought he was going to start bawling his eyes out, crying in the fetal position. And I've watched a couple of their episodes now because I was curious if this was like an isolated thing, but no, this is pretty common. This is like a staple in their show from what I can tell, where they just have this section where they ask the women that they bring on to rate their beauty, the rate the podcast host's beauty.
Listen, ladies, we're rating just off physical appearance, just off beauty, okay? Same standards. Trust me, we're not going to get hurt, okay?
That's the biggest lie ever told since the time Kellogg's tried to convince the world that sugar doesn't make you fat. So, the segment is Rate Our Appearance, basically, which is some actual middle school, literal baby brain man-child behavior shit. That is insecurity at its finest, to have the women you bring on as guests rate your appearance. That's so stupid. I'm surprised they don't also play Spin the Bottle and Truth or Dare. And maybe they do. I've only watched a couple of their episodes, but he says that they're not going to get offended with the ratings. Well, do I have news for you?
All right, cool.
Stop being delusional.
What? All right, so now what I want you to do is, ladies, real quick, don't waste my time. Rate the guys. Do me a favor, Josh. Stand up real quick, man. Everybody look at him once, man. He's not going to stand up again, all right? So I want you to rate me, my co-host, and then our producer. Go, from 1 to 10. Just off beauty. Go.
When he does these sections, it really seems like he's some kind of basketball coach who's really upset at the team. Like, he gets very aggressive with all of it. Like, don't waste my time. Listen, we're going to do the drill right now. We're going to do it right. So stand the Josh. Look at him. Now spin around, Josh. Okay, good. Drop your pants, Josh. Good. Now rate everything you just saw. Now, don't waste my time. Like, I don't know why he gets, like, so upset even before they hear ratings. Like, he immediately goes into these sections combative. And I watched the whole episode up until this point. Like, he's pretty blunt and like very much so most of the time. But when it gets to this one in particular, he's like angry. Like, even before anything happens, he's already angry.
Speaking to the fucking mic.
I would rate you.
First you're rating me, and then him, and then him. Go.
I'll rate you a 7.
All right, what is he?
I'll rate you an 8,
All right.
and I'll rate Josh an 8 also.
Okay, what about you? Go.
I would rate you a 8.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
Cap.
Come on, he just up, bro. Like, come on.
I don't even know what he's getting upset with here. She only took like an extra 2 seconds to take another look at the guy. It's like he just lost a gold split in a speed run to this extra 2-second time loss. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why he's so on edge. It seems like he just really hates the guests that they bring on. Because when he's talking to his boys, he's like much more jovial and joking and smiley. But the second the conversation shifts to the rest of the class here, like the group of women over there, he turns into like a drill sergeant and starts getting extremely serious and loud. So I don't know why they even bring on women to this podcast when they don't even really want them there. And I also don't know why women keep agreeing to go on shows like these, because half the time it's them just like saying you're not good looking and shit like that. Like right after this rating section of rating the podcast hosts go through and rate all the women. And they literally give them 2s, 3s, and 4s. And make sure that they know that the hosts don't find them attractive. So I don't really get why women keep signing up for this shit just to get insulted by podcast hosts, and they don't say anything or do anything. Like, the women will insult each other sometimes. Like, they don't ever push back against the hosts at all, so then they just walk away looking silly from all of it. Like, all of it is just a net loss for the women that go on these shows. I don't know why they keep doing it.
I would say 9.
All right. What about you over there? Go.
2.
Okay.
I would give him a 9.
Okay. What is she over there?
I would give him a 10 because he
Okay.
invited me.
All right. So again, you sound like a stupid ass. I'm trying to
Thank you.
figure out why you rated me a 2, because we're not going off our interactions.
Oh,
we're going
no.
off beauty.
I don't
Right.
like
I don't give. He's light skinned just like me, and you just gave him a 9. You gave me a 2. You only gave me a 2 because of the whole interaction that we've been having, right? So do me a favor, get the up and get the out.
Thank you.
Yeah, get out.
Spoken like a man whose feelings weren't hurt at all and wasn't offended by the 2 rating. So he tries to justify it with, you only rated me a 2 because we had a disagreement earlier, which I guess they did, but even still, this is an extreme overreaction to getting rated a 2. The insecurity is palpable. You can taste the salt here.
So what?
Stupid ass. Make sure she gets her bag and phone too. Make sure she doesn't take the wrong phone, dummy. All right, cool. So now, again,
You can actually hear that lump in his throat start to form from all the emotion building up inside of him. Get out of here, stupid. Hey, make sure she grabs the right phone and not someone else's phone, because she's so dumb she probably won't know which one's her phone. Dumb idiot. She's real stupid. You're stupid. I'm a 2. No, you're a 2. Unsurprisingly, this turned their own community against them for the episode. A lot of the chat messages pop up on screen, so you're just seeing things popping up saying like, damn, just because she gave you a 2, what the fuck? Or something like this where it's like, thought you wanted your show to last. Like come on, man. It's because it's ridiculous. It's very clear temper tantrum over getting a 2. If you were someone that was actually getting...
Yeah. They should get mad and say those exact same things to the women for principles that their fan base also agrees upon. Like, saying that women should be able to hold a job, or owning Myron in a debate. Only then can you have the Fresh and Fit audience react positively to your insecurity. Even though Myron also does the exact same shit. I've seen clips of the Bald and Fat podcast where both of them go yell at the ladies that they have on for identical reasons.
pussy, if you were really slamming ham and glazing donuts, you wouldn't care if one girl didn't find you attractive or rejected you. You wouldn't care. You would laugh it off like a normal person. So one girl gives you a 2 and it shatters your whole ego and you publicly melt down about it? That's such a bad and embarrassing look. And he tries to justify it, like I said, by saying, she only gave me that 2 because of our negative interaction from moments ago. Just pure huffing of copium.
we're just going off physical beauty, okay? Not what we've been talking about, not my arguments, not on none of that, okay? I want you to rate me, him, and then him. Go.
It's just funny because he's so ugly. Like, dog, you are a 2. You know what I mean? Like, why the f- are you so mad? Like, don't ask that question. If you're a 2, don't ask a question where the answer might be, hey, you're a 2. Avoid the question at all costs. Yeah, man, you're ugly, bro. You're ugly. And your personality doesn't help. I'll be honest. It hurts.
Can you stand up for a second?
You didn't see me before the show?
Yeah, but I just forgot.
I mean,
Just stand. It's not that hard. Okay. You're an 8.
God damn it, bro. Go ahead, rate him.
Podcast is now turned into like a hostage situation here. All the women seem on edge, and I actually just can't believe they didn't leave after that. Like, again, I don't understand why women keep signing up for this shit. Like,
Bro, he looks like every Private Ramirez I've ever seen, okay? Like, dude, you literally look like you're just finishing basic training. Like, there are thousands of you out there in the American military, and unlike you, they at least have a Camaro and will get like decent loans to own a home. You know what I mean? 0% interest loans. So what? And if these ladies date those guys, if Private Ramirez goes overseas, then they can whoever they want. You got nothing. You ain't got a Camaro. You got a shitty ass podcast. You got nothing, dog.
No one seems to be having any fun there. The hosts especially don't seem to be having any fun. This guy's co-host seems miserable, but he does liven up it a little bit when he gets to rate the other women and gives them like 3s, 4s, and 5s and all that. But it's just so awkward and weird. The only explanation that I can come up with, the only rational way of explaining this, is that the reason women are signing up for this show or shows like it is because they're being paid for their time. So it's like an hourly wage just to go there and be insulted. Or
Still hating on the country that made you successful? Yeah, I'm in England now, dog. It's different. I'm gonna hate on America all I want from out here, dude. England is my city, bitch. Bro, if you're gonna be racist better. Like, you're confusing everybody.
Three hours later.
I literally fell asleep a little bit. I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna go to bed.
questions off of. That's the only thing that almost makes sense. Like, so they just come on here to play a game of grade my friend's appearance for 2.5 hours or whatever. I mean,
that dude's take was so stupid, it literally, it caused my brain to shut off, dude.
Really, someone summed up the situation really nicely in the comments. They said, podcast is called Unfiltered, yet kicks a girl out for her opinion. And that is just such a nice, concise way of breaking it down and the silliness of all of it. Again, I watched a couple episodes just to try and get like an understanding of the content. It just, there's nothing there. Everyone seems miserable most of the time, or they bounce the dumbest questions around. They always just do a grade our appearance thing.
Can we meet? I live in Manchester. No. Especially because Manchester is so far.
Which, who wants to listen or watch that? Like, I as a viewer, let's say that I was a huge fan of this podcast. Why would I want to keep seeing what women say about my podcast hosts? Like, why would...
I don't think Charlie understands how desperate these motherfuckers are out there on the planet. Like, these dudes are just sad, dude. They're pathetic. They are sad, pathetic losers. That's why. It's that simple. They're sad, pathetic losers. That's why they watch other sad, pathetic losers. Can we meet? I'm in Amsterdam.
Why would I care? There's nothing there. There's no entertainment there. Especially when one of them's super insecure about all of it, who's going to freak out if he doesn't get a 9. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, just wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it.
Oh.